Hey, hey, welcome back. All right, Taurians, let's go ahead and jump on in. The energy around Taurus right now seems to be Four of Pentacles to start with. That came out fast. We've got somebody who's like wanting to give something to Taurus, but still being stingy about it. I'm not loving the vibe. It's a little bit like I could open up, I could give a lot of energy to Taurus. I want Taurus, but I still want Taurus on my terms. It feels like somebody who's passionate about Taurus, but I'm so sorry to say this, but I'll just be blunt. This is like somebody who, God, Four of Cups. They, they got like an attitude issue because I want to see if Taurus wants me because I really want Taurus, but I still want it to be on my terms. But I'm bummed. Hey, Godzilla MC. Let's see. This feels, let me see, Palace of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, this is somebody who's not really opening up their heart very much, are they? I'm not going to say the comment I was about to say here. It is inappropriate. But this person, I'll put it this way. They want to invite Taurus to a party in their pants, but as far as their heart goes, oh no. The thing is, they're bummed out that they can't just approach Taurus because I think that they already played this out. I think that they already, tried something with Taurus. They obviously know Taurus is super attractive and that they're super attracted to Taurus, but it looks like they are passionate and hungry for more passion, but they don't seem to be moving toward Taurus with anything more than an offer like that. And they don't really think that they can. Maybe that's why we see them like holding back, holding on, but still wanting to. They might take a weird, like, one of those little texts that's like, hey, just thought of you recently. And it could be like to test the waters. Like, I wonder if Taurus will invite me back in. I wish that they would. But at the same time, I don't want to share anything of my heart. I still don't, but I would sure like to not like be alone on Valentine's Day, or I sure would like some passion with this beautiful Taurus. They're bummed that they can't just reach out. But on the other hand, oh God, Seven of Cups. They think about Taurus all the time, but they really haven't changed much. They desire Taurus, okay? They really think Taurus is very, very hot. And every time I look at this collection of cards, that's all I see is like Taurus is so hot. Yes, but you don't have anything more to offer than, like I said, the invitation to the party in their pants. That's about it. That is about it. And they like haven't wrapped their head around like they wish that they hadn't showed their hand so soon because I think they already basically tangoed with Taurus and Taurus learned pretty quickly. I think you're only here for a good time, not a long time. I think you think I'm attractive, but I don't see you making an emotional bond. And I think that they're like bummed that they already kind of blew it with Taurus. So they can't, if they had ever any of an intention to try to like breadcrumb or keep Taurus on the hook, they already blew it because they've already shown their hand. Chariot sideways. They're really too nervous to approach Taurus in a straightforward way. That's not going to happen. But they're hoping Taurus might approach them if they put out some little tiny feelers. So it's a little bit more like, hey, I'm going to be around. Or, just like some, they're going to try to break the ice in some way. But it's not straightforward and it's not for what they actually want. And they're not coming in this story. They're not coming in to say sorry, or they're not making any kind of like great romantic overture. They just want Taurus's, beautiful self. Hi, everyone. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know. We've changed gears. We've changed decks. And I'm thinking that this is Taurus. Like, this happened a long time ago with this person. And Taurus has perhaps like slowly but surely been distancing themselves. 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups. I think if anything, Taurus has been looking for new love. They've been open to, they may have dated more than one person, or they have set their sights on a completely different outcome for themselves. But I do get the energy of them seeking. So Taurus could actually be single right now, but wanting to find a 10 of Cups. Give me another on this. We got the Hermit sideways. Yeah. I feel like Taurus is kind of having some trouble because I don't think they found anybody that they really were that attracted to lately. I don't think that Taurus, I mean, maybe they've tried talking to people, but it just didn't really click. They're looking for something that is a spiritual connection too, because the white stag here is a very, like out of the Nordic culture, it's kind of a very spiritual reference. And I just feel like, yeah, Taurus talks to people, but nobody's like really been it, you know? And Taurus is looking for a 10 of cups. And I think that's why they're willing to take their time, maybe kiss a few frogs along the way, but keep, you know, spirits high, know that what I'm looking for is somebody special. So it probably will take time to find it. But what about this person who seems to not have much to offer other than passion? If they're trying to like engage Taurus, what is the advice to Taurus on that person? Ooh, I think Taurus already knows this, but we have the Three of Swords and we have that Two of Wands. This feels almost like this dude, instead of having two heads, he's shaking his head vigorously, like, no, no, Taurus, don't do it. Don't even go down. That way lies madness. Don't go down that road. This is the kind of person who, once they get what they want, they will act like they don't know you. They will say, all right, well, peace out. Bye, Taurus. You can leave now. Like, Taurus, don't say yes to this person. If they're not coming in with a genuine offer, this says, Taurus, don't answer their stupid texts. Don't answer. Please remember, these are fictional stories about fictional characters, but whatever overture this person might make, it would be very minimal. It would not be as straightforward. If somebody's going to ask our beautiful Taurus out honorably, honestly, and straightforward, it will be done with clarity. This person, they would do it in an underhanded way. So it's just like, oh, Taurus, that way lies madness. Don't even. Was that even a concern though? Because I kind of feel like this wouldn't have even been something that Taurus would have entertained. Seven of Pentacles sideways, Six of Wands upright. I don't know. Under the right circumstances, Taurus might have been like, oh, well, that's kind of unexpected and nice. That kind of feels good to hear from them. It could have gone either way. It's been a long time. Sometimes it's very special to hear that somebody's still thinking about us. But remember, Taurus is really hot. Like, of course, you don't forget hot people. Taurus remembers they're really hot, or excuse me, they remember that about Taurus. So it's more like pure physical attraction on their part, which Taurus take the compliment and run with it. But I don't think that Taurus necessarily would have acted on it too much. They might have just said exactly that. Like, you know, maybe they would have gone out for a cup of coffee or gone out to dinner, but I doubt Taurus would have let it go much further. It would have been like, yeah, well, it's kind of, you know, flattering that they still think of me. And I hope that's the way Taurus takes it. This person, they're bummed that they can't still get their grubby little hands on Taurus's hottie body. But I think if Taurus just takes it as a compliment that this person still wishes that they could touch Taurus, fine, whatever. But no, keep your mitts off, you know. I'm only interviewing for more serious individuals. You know, I kind of feel like that's the vibe here. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Taurus has moved on into a different like category, different chapter of their life. So let me just ask this, why are they showing up here at all? Because it really feels like a blast from the past that doesn't really amount to much of anything. So I'm not really sure why we even had to start with them. That's just, I asked what's the energy around Taurus, and obviously we've got this person thinking about Taurus. But you know, them reaching out and the fact that Taurus is not possibly going to be like hoodwinked by this kind of effort that they're putting out to try to get Taurus to, maybe they just don't want to be alone for Valentine's Day, and they always remembered that really hot Taurus, and they're hoping maybe they can get some kind of action. I think this is a bit of a feather in Taurus's cap. Like, well, glad to know I was memorable. Awesome. Just take it as the compliment is what that says. So back to where Taurus is really at. They haven't really met somebody super special yet, but they are actively in this storyline. Taurus is open to a 10 of cups. They are definitely in this Wheel of Fortune energy where their heart leads the way. I don't imagine that the only thing on Taurus's mind is romance. When our heart leads the way, I always think, well, that's when we're, you know, really looking at life through eyes of like, you know, joy and satisfaction. And there's so many things in life that really make our heart happy. So I'm thinking that Taurus is certainly not, living for their next relationship. No, I think they're pretty busy though. Taurus might travel or have travel coming up pretty soon with that chariot. They're really emotionally stable in this. I can see now why it's not even going to be a thing that ex still thinks of them. But Taurus's life could be pretty busy. And that is maybe why, even though they want a 10 of cups, they're not really finding it. If Taurus's life has been so full lately, or is about to get really full, they might be discovering that could be a barrier for them being able to find a long lasting connection. Being gone a lot, traveling a lot, or just having a very full plate, even if it's to do things that they love, or say if they're in the work world, they're just working a ton and doing a lot, it can impede your ability to like have enough time to meet people and find a relationship. Even with the 2 knights that we saw earlier for Taurus, this is somebody who might meet individuals that they're not necessarily going to see very frequently. So it's hard to date. It's hard to find somebody really special even if you just like live in a town where a lot of people pass through, like Vegas is such a great example, right? A vacation town has people that come from all around the world, but they don't stay. So it's really hard maybe to meet somebody, either if Taurus travels a lot or if other people travel in and out of Taurus's, like the realm that they live in or work in. It just feels like there is a barrier that is coming to the surface in this story. And it seems like although Taurus is very stable emotionally, 5 of Cups, it's sideways. There's a little bit of melancholy. There's a little bit of loneliness. Like, why haven't I found that special someone yet? Let's take another look. The Tower. There's a change coming in Taurus's world. The 10 of Wands. And there's our Taurus. In my storylines for like years, Taurus always showed up in their own stories. Always we'd get the Hierophant. And sure enough, we've got it here. There is a big change coming in Taurus's world. And maybe it's this moment of awareness. Maybe that's just it. If Taurus is really honest with themselves, they're like, yeah, I tend to attract people that maybe have been fairly transitional in my life because I've been really busy. But now maybe I'd like to prioritize love. I've been actively thinking about it. Sometimes we have to change our mindset. Maybe Taurus was like, I always have wanted to live internationally, or I've always wanted to just be, busy and gone all the time, or the kind of career path that I chose keeps me super active, super busy. But, I'm starting to realize I want something different now. And that's been the only thing I think that's held Taurus back from like maybe finding the connection that they wanted, is they needed to kind of like, just picture like shifting the gears down. If you want to go up a big steep hill, you drop it into low gear, right? You go slower and it gains traction and you can get to that top of the hill, no problem. But you do have to shift gears. And I think sometimes we think to like slow stuff down somehow makes us like less successful, but that's the only way you can get to the top of a really steep hill. So I feel like if Taurus can change their mindset a little bit on how busy their life is, how much they have to accomplish, and like enjoy the fact that they're allowed to kind of like take life at a slightly slower pace, make room for dating, make room for a relationship a little bit, I think they're going to have an easier time finding people that are not just attracted to their bodies and don't have staying power. Because I kind of think this is, please forgive me, I don't mean this to sound rude in any way, but the kind of person who like likes Taurus, still lusts after Taurus, but doesn't really have staying power in Taurus's world and can't offer anything, it might be because what Taurus was actually projecting is, that's all I have time for is a physical connection, but I don't know how we're going to make a real relationship work. I'm super busy. Like Taurus may never have said those words, but they might have energetically been giving that off, because in reality, that's their life was really, really busy. And that is not to say that Taurus was ever superficial or anything like that. But when you don't make time, or you show that you don't have the time, you're probably going to attract things that fit into your schedule, things that could be a little bit more transient, just, a hit it and quit it kind of lover. But I remember you, you remember me, but we don't have time for more more connection than that. But this is a big change. Taurus is starting to shift their energy around and say, I really do want that. What's the thought process around this? You know, if I want to meet somebody who is like lasting, then maybe I have to start looking in a new direction. And maybe the first direction is to look in the mirror and say, am I really ready to make space for, you know, the kind of relationship that I'm saying I want? And if Taurus isn't ready for that yet, that's fine. Maybe they want to keep their life really full of all these different things that they love to do. That's totally fine. You can embrace a very happy life in whatever floats your boat. But in this, it looks like Taurus is changing some of their mindset. Let me get one more on just Taurus. Yeah, the Three of Cups. I think it is definitely changing priorities. And I think that we've got a Taurus who's like, yeah, I really would like to not only just have time to like date, but I'd like to, you know, be around when, you know, we're having barbecues and, you know, hanging out with their friends and not feel rushed. Like, okay, I got to get to bed because I get up at, you know, crack of dawn because I go to the gym and then I have a conference call and then I'm, you know, doing this and doing that. Maybe Taurus has operated a bit like a very, you know, powerful machine, but now it's like, I'd like to sit around and kick it with somebody and their family and their friends until the wee hours of the night and enjoy that part of life too. The comfortable social atmosphere, the like really bond and connect. I think Taurus has maybe not had quite enough work-life balance is what this is hinting in this storyline. And I think that that's changing. You know what? I actually really liked this one for Taurus because Taurus tends to be such, you know, a hardworking zodiac. And that is definitely what was secretly uncovered here. I didn't know this is what was going to be delicately peeled back, but I think that that's what the big story was here, is that our very hardworking Taurus is changing their priorities now. And that's the way that they'll start attracting someone different than an ex who admittedly doesn't want to be alone on a Valentine's Day. But I don't know that I think Taurus is going to go snuggling up to them. I mean, they could if they wanted to, but if what they really are starting to be hungry for is a long-term romance, and I don't think that ex is going to be satisfactory for Taurus. I mean, it could be if they're like, I'm not ready to change anything else. Let's have a good time. Let's keep each other warm on V-Day, right? That they could do that, but I don't see that in this story. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Voyager 2, hey, hey. Hey, Catherine. Hi, Red. MR, hey, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. And Gabrielle, Taurus Sun in the house, very nice. I'm actually a Taurus Moon. Miss So the Peaceful Observer. Oh, Vegas is awesome. It is. I really love Vegas. I think it is one of the nicest, like most impressive cities, honestly. And I mean, it's not actually very large at all, but there's just there is something very I don't know, just like it's fun and it's really pretty. Or I think it is, but I do like the desert. So there is that. The lights. Thanks again, honey. I'll check it out, Godzilla MC. Shan, thanks for being here, hon. My pleasure, the light. All right, you guys, I did record an Aries video. I might release that next. I'm going to try really hard to get through all of our zodiacs. We still have 4 more after this and Aries. So anyway, I'll do my best. Lorraine, very nice. Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, also nice. And Scorpio rising, awesome. I will get to Scorpio at some point in time tonight, but I think next, actually, I might be going to Scorpio next. I got to check my list. All right, you guys, lots of love. Reno Santos, hi, baby.